they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets.
Welcome to Graybo's Giblets, part of the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Network. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets to handicap these games yourself. We do it for you and bring you our picks each week so you can have some confidence heading into the weekend or walking up to the window. We're out here dropping giblets. I'm your host, Graybo, and joined by always Denny One Time and Fitz to break down the Week 16 NFL slate. Week 16, boys. We're here. How we doing?
Are we supposed to be spending 40 hours a week pouring over spreadsheets and stuff?
Yes.
Combined or individually?
Hopefully combined.
Okay. Yes, we do that for the people.
40 hours of our life is devoted to this podcast.
I'm always looking at the bets, baby. Gambling every night.
I make the odds moan.
Well, welcome in, fellas. The board. Remember, before we get to our picks, remember you can go on Whatnot, get $15 on Whatnot by joining through whatnot.sportscardstrategy.com.
Just one dot, not as many dots as Gray just said. One dot.
One dot. They know. The people get it. Okay, to recap last week, Denny, 1-2. He's now overall 22-21-2. But you got that big Rams win, which was your lock of the week.
Hold on. I got the Bears at 3. So that was a push. We got to fix that.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I don't think you did.
I did.
You didn't have it in. You didn't have it in the spreadsheet, Denny.
It wasn't on the spreadsheet. It was on this document. And Gray, I said 2.5, and Fitz got me 3 on the podcast. Go back and check it. I'm changing it.
All right. You can change it. Change it. Change your record. 22-20-3.
That does sound better. Thanks, Fitz.
22-20-3. Sorry, Denny. Fitz overall 25-20-1. He went 2-1 last week with the Lions and Rams. The Eagles could not hold it for you.
What a shame.
To go perfect. You're catching up to me. I'm 26-20 because I went 1-2. My boy Tommy DeVito could not get it done. Hit the Browns Bears under.
Hold on. I know everyone's been talking about DeVito's agent, right? And
yeah.
the outfit, and that's funny. Have you seen his list of clients?
No.
Oh. So he started his own business like 7 years ago. He has 5 clients. Okay. Tommy DeVito is the only one that still plays football. The other 4 are like Sean Drawn, the running back that retired, and like 3 other retired, like mid NFL players.
I do remember Sean Drawn.
Yeah. You got to go see that roster. We should post it on. It's freaking hilarious.
That is hilarious.
He's probably himself one of his bigger clients at this point now.
Yeah,
like he's probably worth more.
That's why he was fighting to get him a bigger appearance fee at that pizzeria because he needs that money.
And the pizzeria was like, "We're good." That's the best part. We're good. All right, let's get started, dude. What are your 3 best games here? What we got?
Okay, so I like trying to bet the big games because I feel like those are the ones I have the best pulse on, the ones that matter to both teams. Cowboys and Dolphins have both been kind of guilty of beating the nobodies and losing to the good teams, but the Cowboys have beat the Eagles, right? The Dolphins, I think, have yet to beat somebody that I would consider a top third of the league team. And so I'm giving the slight edge to the Cowboys here, and I'm going to bet this one. The Cowboys getting 1 at Miami.
I was going to say Cowboys not very good away from home.
Fair.
But Miami, good weather. I'm not scared of Miami fans.
Right.
I don't think it's that rowdy.
I agree. And I listen, I'm a McDaniel fan. I like the Dolphins. I'm not hating on the Dolphins. I just think that the Cowboys just slight tier above the Dolphins. And we'll see if I'm right. Second game I like. I think this is a good quit spot for the Titans. They eliminated from the playoffs. Seahawks are riding a little high on their boy Drew Lock coming back. It was a pretty good win for them. So give me the Seahawks -3.5. And then finally, it sounds crazy. I think I'm betting the Jets -3. I wouldn't do it anything over 3. I'd prefer to get 2.5 against my Commanders. I think the Commanders are bad. I think the Jets D is going to give us trouble. And I think the Jets will somehow, some way, just trickle some points onto the board. So give me the Jets.
Wow. Jets, Commanders.
You
gonna actually watch that?
No, that'll be on the I'll be on TV number 3. I'll have Red Zone on one. I'll have a real game on the other, and then I'll have them on the tiny TV.
At Parlay, that'd be TV number 4.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, maybe 7. TV number 7 at Parlay. What's
Ooh.
Parlay?
Ooh,
What is
is
Parlay?
it?
Stay tuned.
Ooh,
Little teaser.
That's what our appetizers are going to be called, teasers.
Oh.
Oh, ooh,
Wait.
That was another little giblet.
cool. Fitz, did you do a little changing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that's why I pointed at you because I thought you had Commanders on
I had
your original
yeah.
list.
Originally, I had Commanders, actually, and I had Titans, but I would never go against my lunch partner, so I had to get rid of
I knew it. I knew it.
Always got to agree.
All right, what we got here? I
All
got
right.
some overs. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to start with the Steelers +3 versus the Bengals. Steelers traditionally play much better in division. They're at home. They did beat the Bengals earlier in the year, just a couple weeks ago, actually. So give me the Steelers.
Like it.
Couple of overs for you. Overs, Jags, Bucks. Baker Mayfield is elite. The Jags defense is not. T-Law, is he going to play? Still in the protocol? The dude doesn't miss games. He's the Pat Campbell of the NFL.
I get it.
Perfect attendance. So we're going to go with him. And then another over, the game that I think everyone's looking forward to. I certainly am. Ravens, Niners, Christmas night. I think Purdy will manage to get them to the over. See what I did there?
I do. You put it in caps, so I knew there was a pun mixed in there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start out with that one that you just talked about. Love the over in San Fran, Baltimore. Purdy puts up numbies. Great offense. The real MVP is on the squad, Christian McCaffrey. Baltimore will be playing from behind, and it's interesting to go look at the stats. Baltimore is a top 10 team in pace when behind. So they're going to have to put up numbers as well. And Lamar, he's going to want to run. San Francisco, if you look at the stats against Arizona, ran all over them.
Yeah.
235 yards on the ground. That's 7.8, Denny, per rush. Like that math?
They're a little light on the defensive line.
Yeah.
The interior's banged up.
So I do like that over. I think that's one of my favorite bets of the week.
It's 40. Total's 46.5. I don't know if either one of us referenced that.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We didn't?
I didn't. I don't think.
Yeah, 46.5. Yeah, I put that. I don't know if I said it either.
Yeah.
The world can't see our Google Doc, so it's good to say it out loud.
Believe it or not, we do actually take notes.
We do.
Despite what you're hearing.
Supposedly, like Nick Mullins is supposed to be like the best play in fantasy this year.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that
this week
in DFS. We're gonna get to
interesting.
that. I want to talk about that in some depth.
49ers left.
But I think the Lions -3 to wrap up the division, I like a lot. I know Jefferson's back. The Lions need this one in a dome. Lions -3. And then Cowboys, I'm on as well with Denny +1. Dolphins D, I think, will struggle against this offense. The Dolphins have played some weaker teams coming into this, so I think the D will take a step back. The Dolphins O-line is really banged up against a really good defensive front for Dallas. I think Parsons gets to Tua, pressures Tua a lot, gets him to make some mistakes, and Dak is going to capitalize. I like the Cowboys to win outright, so I'll take the point there as well. Get 10% off any purchase at Graybos.co by using the promo code Strategy2023.
What can you buy at Graybos.co, Fitz?
You can buy graded singles, raw singles, wax, merchandise, supplies, gift cards.
Pretty good with Denny. When Denny puts you on the spot like that, you know everything.
I was not paying attention.
Yep.
You did well.
You did well. You passed. Especially, we wanted to make sure that no one's listening to this segment. Props, because it is the funniest segment that we have. We went, again, 0-3.
Oh, yeah. This is fine. Don't worry about it at all.
Denny? So
Yeah, I think we go to strategic planning in March. I think we're going to review this segment and decide if we're going to keep putting this crap out there into the universe.
It's so good.
So do a SWOT analysis on the Prop City segment?
Yeah, we should. Duke, 4-12 overall. Had Stafford over 270 267.5. Went for 258. So lost. Fitz is now 6-10 overall. He had Garrett Wilson over 4.5 receptions. They got blown out by Miami. He only had 3 receptions. And then for me, I'm 7-12 overall. Puka over 66.5. He only had 50. So the Rams did not capitalize.
So you know what?
Should we talk like, is Sam Howell in trouble? Jacoby came in and just made it look easy.
If that happens again, I think he's in trouble because Brissett just, like you said, made it look easy. Got the ball to McLaurin.
Yeah.
Like,
He almost won.
One thing we should look at. I should go back and do the math here. But our props are amazing the following week. Like an example would be for you guys because you had Stafford, Duke. You had Puka last night.
Oh,
Stafford went for 328. Puka went for like 150.
Yeah.
That's happened. Like I remember a lot of times that's happened where the following week they absolutely go crazy.
in the movie The Big Short, he says, Michael Berry says, I may be early, but I'm not wrong. And the guy screams, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So with props,
Love that line.
being early is being wrong.
There you go. There you go. So, you guys, I'm feeling 3-0 this week. I feel good about mine.
I'm gonna put that in jeopardy. But
Yeah, you are. Right.
Well, I've been saying the whole season, if you're really betting props for a living, take unders, not overs. But like, it's just not fun.
It's not fun
to bet an under.
well, you're not doing this for a living, so
Yeah.
Correct. So I like Fitz's kind of theme he's been on lately of taking like really bad quarterbacks over passing.
Just trying to get there.
So there's a guy named Taylor Heineke playing this week who I'm quite fond of, and his number is 202.5 over passing yards. So that's what I'm doing. I don't encourage anyone to follow me on this, but that's what I'm going to do.
Get the ball to Drake London. I think Drake has a good game because Heineke's back.
I have to start him.
You got to. All right. What are you doing here with your prop?
Death, taxes, Boston Scott scoring against the New York Football Giants. Plus 350 anytime.
I didn't even know he was still in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very short number for his role in that offense, but Sirianni's kind of, that troll coach.
He is
right?
a
Like
troll.
He will find a way to get Boston. If they're down there and they will be winning, you hope for Philly's sake. I think they try to get him involved there.
That is wild. That is a wild bet. I don't think I'm with you there, but good luck, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Justin Jefferson is back. Over 79.5 receiving yards versus the Lions. And like I said, Nick Mullins is projected to just throw all over the Lions. Who's he going to throw to?
Jordan.
No, I knew you were going to say that. You beat me to it. No, it's Jefferson time. Jefferson's healthy. He's back. He's going for 100. Easy.
Hey, Greg, your show notes are in bold. Is that because
I just
you
don't.
talk loud and you want your notes to be loud?
Yeah.
Or do you just not know how to change the font?
I do know how to change it. I just
You don't
didn't.
want to?
I didn't
Gotcha.
want to. Does that bother you?
No, I just like to give you crap about it. And then Nick Mullins, how do you think you spell his last name? The last 3 letters.
LL. I know it's. I'm spelling it. What am I spelling it? INS and it's ENS.
Yep. Correct. And then the basketball player who's played for the Golden State
Chris
Warriors.
Mullins is ENS.
What?
He's ENS, right?
Chris Mullins is ENS.
He's INS.
Correct.
So Nick Mullins is ENS.
Yes. And Chris Mullin, the basketball player, does not have an S.
Chris Mullin.
Mm-hmm. I-N.
So what?
Okay. Good talk.
Yeah, why no one can see this.
Cut that. When we have a video format,
Don't care.
we should show the doc because the formatting is outrageous. There's bolded stuff everywhere.
There's blue, there's black, there's
See how they're ganging up
there's
on
bold,
me?
There's italic.
They're
Yeah.
ganging up on me. I'm gonna unhighlight it.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Sorry.
There
That's
we go.
that piece. All that last 5 minutes should be cut because it won't be funny to the world, but it's hilarious to me. So what?
Don't care. All right. Let's move on. DFS. Pretty decent week last week. We're on CMAC. Scary Terry. What was good about that? Got us 0 points the week before. We stayed with it. He had a great game.
Man, so we got the random Robinson touchdown for the Rams, and then we needed Robinson and McLaurin. McLaurin got that one score, caught the pass, fell down on the one. That cost us about $1,000. Yeah, if he just gets one more yard there, we have a profitable week, $1,000 swing.
I'll tell you what, best tight end in the league is not Travis Kelce, it's Trey McBride. He's been awesome. Kyron Williams has been awesome. We had him last week. The fade on Sam Howell, great call. Josh Allen was good. But the lows, Jets, Giants, Hopkins, Ayuk. We're kind of the lows there that we had a lot spread out. All right, so let's go to quarterback this week. We have a lot of games on Saturday. We have 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Monday. So we don't have a lot to choose from, actually, on Sunday. This is just the Sunday 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock slate. We do have the Cowboys-Dolphins game, which will be awesome. But it looks like the Lions-Vikings is the stack people want to do. So what are you doing at quarterback?
So at the expensive end of things, you're looking at the Dak Tua matchup. If you're picking one of those, I think I'm leaning Dak for the same reason I said earlier. I think the Cowboys will find a way to win. I don't hate Tua, but I slight lean towards Dak. Middle of the road, I do like Justin Fields with a healthy DJ Moore. When those two are both healthy, they've been exploding. So I don't hate that play. On the cheap end, I just want to talk about your guy Mullins with the ENS. If you look at, you referenced this earlier, like fantasy points per dollar, he's like 1.4 points above anyone else. That's a huge difference. I'm sorry, I'll tell you about, he's 0.8 points above everyone else. So, but he's not projected to be that chalky. He's at 9% ownership.
Yeah.
Whereas
9.95, so 10.
It's still a lot, yeah. It's heavy ownership, but it's not. Like Justin Fields is 15 to give you some context. Baker Mayfield's 10. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, Gray. Like I don't see myself playing that much of him. I feel like fading it is my play, but I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, the fade, I wouldn't fade him completely because you could definitely mix a lot of good players with him. I do like that game stack, but I would definitely go with Dak being less than 8% owned and get different elsewhere. I do like Dak a lot this week. Like you had the Dak or Tua. I think it's Dak all the way. I want to play a lot of Dak. Fields I like as well. Well, you're looking at his ownership at 15%. I don't know if I'm in love with that. But I do like Mullins. I think we should have some of him based on the projections. I mean, he's projected to be the top quarterback by 2 points. And that's with everybody. He's 5.3K. And then to go off of that, though, you can also get different. I know Fitz was talking about Baker Mayfield. He's been really elite in fantasy, but I would go elsewhere and kind of go off of that and go Minshew instead of Mayfield. Projected about the same. Minshew's playing Atlanta. Pittman is supposed to play after getting knocked out and looked like he died. So I like Minshew a lot this week. So my 4, if I had to rank them, would be Prescott, Mullins, Minshew, Fields. So I do think we play all 4, but the percentage, how much we play them, is going to be key this week. I think we should be probably below the field on Mullins. So if he has a crappy game, we get a little leverage.
Yeah, cool with that.
All right. As I said, I love saying all right, don't I? Running back. Who are we going with?
Running backs.
Oh, my God. Please don't tell me Tony Pollard.
I'm going to say Tony Pollard. I think Cowboys are going to score a lot of points, and I think they're going to be ahead. And so those two things mean that our running back 1 should get some carries, should get some, a good amount of touches, and should get some, goal line opportunities. So I'm not saying I'm going balls to the wall with Pollard, but he's definitely going to be in the mix for me. And I do think that there's this universe where the Cowboys have been saving him a little bit for later in the year and for the playoffs, so he's not too worn down. And I think he's an explosive player. So give me some Pollard. I do, Singletary, you can't ignore Singletary because of the price and the projections. I'm sure he's going to be popular. I do like Breece Hall against my Commanders. If this game script holds up where the Jets win and they're ahead, then Breece should get some carries. And again, I think the Commanders have this ability to get blown out again. They might not. They might hold it. They might keep it close here, but there could be some quit in them because their season's done. They're cooked. And finally, Ty Chandler was kind to us last week. We actually weren't going to be as heavy on him, and then the lineup optimizer just fit him in a lot.
Can't beat the computer.
Yeah, and I was very fortunate because he had a great fantasy game last week, and I think he should favor well this week.
Yeah, we're going right back to Ty Chandler, absolutely. My favorite play is Breece Hall this week, for what that's worth, 6,100 against the Commanders. I'm going to go to him early and often, short dump downs as well. Let him make plays. And I think he can make plays against the Commanders, and we'll get into the end zone this week. Running back is very tough this week because you don't have McCaffrey. He's playing Monday. Like you have a ton of games where you don't have a lot of players. So this is where you can get really cheap and go heavy with wide receiver because there's some good receivers. So Breece Hall, Rachaad White are the two big ones that those would be my up top guys, which is crazy to say. And then the value plays with Singletary and Chandler, absolutely. And then Hubbard has been fantastic for the Panthers. He's been one highlight for the Panthers. He projects well. He's completely taken over that role over Miles Sanders. So I like Hubbard. He's also catching the ball a lot too. So Hubbard, we got to get some of that. Wide receiver, like I said, this is where you want to spend up this week. And Justin Jefferson at 8,100, sign me up. Should be in the 9K range. I think this is why Nick Mullins is projected high. You can pair those guys up, definitely have some game stacks, and then you can run it back with Amon-Ra. That's a great start to a lineup because Mullins at 5,300, you can fit both of those guys in. I love Amon-Ra and Jefferson this week. You also up top have CeeDee Lamb and Hill should be back. I don't know what to do with those two. I'm more on the side of Amon-Ra and Jefferson. But if you want to get different, I don't think a lot of people, if you're looking at the ownership, if I'm going here to Hill and Lamb, Jefferson's around 30%. Hill is only at 16%. And you know what Hill has done this year. So that could be something to get different with your lineups. And then for value, Wilson's only 5,800 against a Commander's secondary. He is the guy. They look for him often against the Dolphins last week. I mean, that was just a terrible matchup for him and for Zach Wilson. But I like them to bounce back against Commanders. And then Noah Brown. No one on the Texans. You have Nico Collins out. You got Tank Dell out. Noah Brown for 5,200. He's the number one now. Drake London at 5,100 is a bounce back game for him. And then I like Wicks. Mr. Wahoo, 4,300 for the Packers is a great value play. Who do you have at receiver?
Yeah, of the big guys at the top, between Jefferson, Lamb, Tyreek, and then Amon-Ra, I think I'm going to go Jefferson at number one, probably CD number two. I think Tyreek and Amon-Ra are probably tied for third for me. I'm just taking Cowboys over Dolphins in almost every category this week, but you can't ignore Tyreek. I do think the Cowboys D could provide some challenges for Tua, but there's also there's this ability for Tyreek to still score 2 touchdowns in a losing effort. Amon-Ra is interesting. I love Amon-Ra, and in the past he's been their go-to, have to throw it to him 10 times a game, and now they just have a lot of weapons. So you've got Gibbs, you've got Laporta. I think Jameson Williams is going to keep emerging. So Amon-Ra might be a great receiver that doesn't have to get used as much. So I think I've been a little lighter on him this year than I was last year, but still love him. And then on the cheap end, I think you're looking at 3 guys, Wicks, Elijah Moore, or Mingo. Of those 3, I think I prefer Wicks based on price and based on the fact that Watson's out and what's his name is dinged up as well. Who am I thinking of? The other Green Bay receiver.
Reed.
Yeah, Jaden Reed. So Wicks your UVA boy should get some love. And then finally, the tight ends, I'm going to let you we have the same 3 tight ends. I'll let you say it.
There's 3 tight ends you're playing this week. McBride has been unbelievable. I know he's 5,700. He keeps creeping up, but you lock him in. Kyler's number 1 target. Lock him in. They throw it to him all the time. He had 10 freaking receptions last week. Hawkinson against the Lions. Definitely are playing him. And then Tucker Kraft is your value play for the Packers. So especially if you're playing cash games, one of those 3 definitely. But you also, I think, can go to the hottest tight end in the league. I saw you type it in, someone, Njoku. I just think he is running out of his magic.
Does Tucker Kraft sound like a dude that owns a boat and has boat shoes, or does he sound like it is the boat? The Tucker Kraft.
The Tucker Kraft is the boat. Tugboat.
All right, let's go. Lock of the week.
Lock of the week. Let's bring Fitz back in. He is still in Survivor, people. The Rams, never doubt, beat the Commanders. He's running out of teams. We're getting to the end. Duke, overall, 9-5-1. Another good win with the Rams, -6.5 on the lot. Fitz, yeah, we give him all this credit. If you're listening to this show, he's 2-13 in the NFL. Eagles -3 was a loss. My teaser lost. I'm 10-5. No more teasers for me. I gotta shape up. I gotta beat Denny with these locks. I've been kind of not taking this serious. I'm gonna take it serious now for the people. All right. Survivor will come back for Fitz. Duke, who's your lock of the week?
Cowboys +1 over the Dolphins. Ship it.
You love the Cowboys this week. For me, 49ers -5 all day, every day. They're 5.5 everywhere, but ESPN Bet has them at 5. Go get it. I did. I just think the 49ers are a better team than the Ravens. I think the Ravens are a little overrated. Purdy is the man. McCaffrey's the man. That offense is unbelievable. And Fitz is a 49ers fan. He always bets against them. He's probably going to bet against them. And he always loses. So I'm going to take him.
Yep.
Lock it.
Yeah, I am going to do that. I have powers that I must harness for good here. So let's make this reality here. Ravens +5.5. And my Survivor pick, I'm not a fan of this team. I haven't been a fan of this team, but they've been playing pretty well as of late. They did get humbled. They got humbled last week against the Lions.
Sean Payton, screaming.
But give me the Broncos. It's just a matchup here. They're playing the Pats.
Not a lot of options.
Yeah.
Is that a Sunday night?
It is a Sunday night game.
Sunday night game.
Yep.
Who are we watching?
Christmas Eve.
Drinking some wine.
Putting the milk and cookies out.
There you go. Carrots. You don't put carrots out for the reindeer?
We do not.
Oh, man.
No.
That's a shame. Rudolph would be pissed. All right. Let's get into cards real quick. We got a lot to talk about. Big week in the shop, which we'll talk about in a second. But Market Movers save 20% after a free 14-day trial. Visit marketmoversapp.com and use the promo code NOOFFSEASON. Few things to talk about. First, did we sell a big card? Wimby got a great deal at the Raleigh show. Flipped it on eBay. The Panini Hoops rookie out of 10.
Bookend.
Thoughts on the Wimby card?
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. It's raw. It probably is going to grade well if that buyer chooses to grade it. Good luck to you, sir. The buyer. Big ups to Seto for finding that great card at the Raleigh Card Show. Big ups to Matt Gamble for helping us out and steering the person our way. All around win. Everybody's happy.
Everybody is happy. So good win for the shop there. 2 quarterbacks. I want to get your opinion on. Thoughts on Lamar Jackson's market, being the number 1 team in the AFC. Where is he at? We buying, we holding, we selling, and then what is going on with Jalen Hurts cards after a 3-game losing streak?
Lamar's market's interesting because I think he doesn't get the respect on his name that he deserves. Former MVP, I think he needs a good playoff run to really have his values go up. If you look at, he's same year as Josh Allen. If you look at his cards compared to Josh Allen's, like Josh usually trades for 3 to 4x Lamar. I don't think it's fair to Lamar. I think that I like the Ravens more with Mark Andrews. I think this week's a great test for them. If they can prove they can beat a good team without Mark Andrews, then I think maybe, just maybe, people start buying back into the Lamar train and values go up. That's my thoughts on Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar, Niners this week, Dolphins next week. If they beat the Niners and the Niners stumble maybe against the Rams or something, and the Ravens went out, get the 1 seed, like Lamar might jump Purdy
for MVP. Yeah,
depending on Purdy's got to stumble, but it's not a bad play.
Well, I hope that Purdy manages to win the MVP for your sake.
I think so.
I cannot believe we're saying Purdy is winning MVP. I still can't. I mean, he's good, but like you told me that Brock Purdy was going to win MVP in the NFL.
It's wild.
It's wild. And then with Jalen, what's going on with the Eagles?
Defense stinks.
Yeah.
Flu game.
Hurts hasn't been 100% the last 3 weeks. He's a fighter. He fights. He maybe should rest. Like last year in the playoffs, he fought through the injury and he still played well. But if he was full strength, maybe the Super Bowl goes differently. He doesn't get the respect he deserves price wise. His prices are pretty high, but like nowhere near like the elite, like the Mahomes. And
he needs a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he needs a Super Bowl. Yep. Lot of injuries, quarterbacks, injuries everywhere. So there's always opportunity to buy. I know, Denny, you want to talk a little bit about injured quarterbacks that you probably should buy right now because there's a ton of them. It's a great time to buy cards right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good time to buy the people that everyone's talking about. So let's who are they not talking about? Who's injured? Look at Joe Burrow. I was going to say Joe Herbert. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Anthony Richardson, if we forgot about him.
Oh, yeah. Falling off.
He was all the hype preseason. He actually played pretty well. He has a lot of autos in his rookie year products. Some of the rookie quarterbacks don't have as many autos. So there's some good Richardson cards out there, and no one's mentioned his name in a while. So I would look to scoop up some deals here in December, January, and possibly the offseason.
All right. And there was one more name on there.
I listed 10 quarterbacks that were hurt, and then some of them I just scratched off like I'm not buying them. But I just put a question mark on Deshaun. Is everyone still out on Deshaun?
Everyone. And then you were talking them up.
If everyone's out on him, guess what?
You're back on. I know.
I'm buying him.
I know you are.
Not a lot. Just give me you can buy $100 Deshaun and flip it for $200 kind of thing between now and next September.
Small wins we take here at Graybos. All right. Anything to add before we get out of here? Great show. Just love talking with you guys.
Did you know that Graybos Giblets is part of the offseason.com sports card network, Gray?
I did. Because you remind me all the time.
Did you know that there is no offseason?
There isn't.
Hashtag Paul Hickey.
We always got to be on. All right. Well, that's going to be all for today. Good luck with your bets. Thanks for our listeners for riding with Graybos. And be sure to tune in next time where I spell Nick Mullins' name right. Leave us a review. 5-star review. Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you listen. Giblets.
Happy holidays.
I'm sorry to Chris Mullins' family for what Gray did to his name as well.
Chris Mullin.
Merry Christmas, boys. Giblets.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Grable's on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?